a good consistency, improvement and practice so that we perform better.
The points that we are going to go through our series here, but they also add to your order of merit nationally as pros. So as you free your swing, now more competitions have come, which means more chances have come, which means more chances are you can get to the top because the chances are there. So we thank MTN for adding these 3 extra competitions to the calendar.
The 4th edition of the NCBA Golf Series teed off this weekend at the Uganda Golf Course in Chitante on Saturday, attracting more than 200 golfers for the first Uganda leg qualifier of the 2026 season. At the end of the competitive day, Joseph emerged as the overall winner, becoming the first Ugandan golfer to book a place in the series grand finale in Kenya later this year.
Underway, and golfers took the fairways of the Uganda Golf Club in Chitante as the 4th edition of the NCBA Golf Series got underway. The tournament marked the opening leg of Uganda's qualification campaign to the grand finale in Kenya. After 18 holes of competition, Joseph Chinywa produced an outstanding round of 70 gross to claim the overall men's title and become the first Ugandan golfer to qualify for the 2026 NCBA Golf Series final.
This is like an eye-opener for me. I'm showing you how I'm ready for the upcoming event in the US. So Kenya is like my motherland also because I've always been playing there in the average of the events. A couple of years back, I won also one of the series that was sponsored by one of the banks. So I felt so happy.
Other winners of the day included the ladies' overall winner, Martha Navirie, with an impressive score of 77 gross, while John Musimenta finished as the men's runner-up with 71 gross. Judith Kyomugisha, 80 gross, and Sian Kusasira Nsereko, after returning a score of 80 gross, won the junior category.
It's a bit difficult, so the course is a bit running, so it's a bit tricky for the low handicappers. But if I continue practicing on the same course, then a great player.
Today marks another exciting journey that will take us to 2 golf clubs in Uganda, but also most importantly 22 golf clubs across Kenya, Rwanda and Tanzania. Since 2022, this series has grown into one of East Africa's most anticipated sporting events, and Uganda has played a very, very critical role in shaping this success.
We are particularly grateful for the support that NCBA, not just in Uganda, but also in the region, gives to the juniors, because they are the future of the game.
The next qualification opportunity will come during the 2nd leg of the series in Entebbe, where another golfer will earn a ticket to Kenya. Benon Mukwaya, Prosichon Tawaire, UBC.
As the United States marks 250 years of independence, celebrations are highlighting not only the nation's political and economic achievements, but also the power of sport in shaping lives and communities. Through mentorship, education and international exchange programs, America's sporting events and influence continues to inspire generations around the world, including right here in Uganda. Emon Gabo reports.
As the United States prepares to celebrate 250 years of independence anniversary, sport is emerging as one of the country's most enduring tools for inspiring change and building connections across generations. For decades, American sports have represented more than competition. They have become platforms for leadership, education, inclusion and community development, influencing millions of young people and adults, both within the United States and around the globe. In Uganda, the roots have been laid down through initiatives supported by the U.S. Department of State. Young athletes, coaches and sports administrators from different countries have gained access to mentorship opportunities, leadership training and cultural exchanges designed to empower communities through sport. Among those whose lives have been impacted is Uganda's Majida Nantanda, a former captain and coach of the Crested Cranes. Nantanda was selected for the Global Sport Mentoring Program, a partnership between the US, 2P experienced sports executives, and developed strategies to expand opportunities for girls in the football world.
2010, a group of American sports scientists, coaches, and professors came to Uganda, and then they had a coaching course. When they had a coaching course, initially they wanted to have a coaching course relating to Lisa Berg, the sports envoy, now U.S. Department of State envoy, and also by then she was a student at Texas Tech. Her professor had sent her several times in Uganda, and whenever she would come to Uganda, she was like, I want to see women playing football. She would come with a lot of equipment, but the people she was connected to at first would take her to the men's teams. Like no one took her to where girls play football. As she came back, so she did that for 5 consecutive years. When she went back to Texas Tech, she told her Professor Omley, James Omley, that as much as I've traveled to Uganda, I failed to see girls. But the last time I traveled, they took me to Gulu to a refugee camp. There were girls playing football. But it came to my mind that if the refugee girls in Gulu can play football, there should be women playing football in a better organized way, or maybe girls who have played football in the national team.
Upon her return to Uganda, Nantanda launched initiatives aimed at training coaches, mentoring young girls, and promoting women's participation in sports.
Again, recommended to be among the participants to go to the ESPN Global Sports Mentorship Program, again sponsored by U.S. State Department. So based on my CV and the selection, U.S. Olympic Committee decided to mentor me and take me to US Olympics Center, one of the biggest Olympic centers in the world, sports centers. It is in Colorado. And my mentor, who I need to take up Majida, was called Alicia Makano, an Olympian, a great woman in the US. So with that connection and me being at the US Center for a month, I was connected to the US soccer, and I also was mentored by Jill, now a FIFA technical director. By then she was the technical director of women football in the US. So I went to the center in Galax, California, where she also mentored me. This is where they mentor and also empower national teams. So after that, through that mentorship I had, of course it wasn't all about sports, there was administration, leadership. So coming back, I came back a changed person. I came back now more empowered, and then I asked Lisa, let us found where a program where we can reach out to so many women and girls, and then we use it as a platform to empower girls and women using the sport. She helped
transform lives both on and off the pitch.
I go across the communities, and it has helped me to empower more girls. Sometimes I use it for equipment, sometimes I use it for travel, sometimes I use it to gather people for feeding and everything. It helps me to initiate programs that I wouldn't have initiated before, and it has helped a lot with when I look at how I've empowered women and girls. Before we were just women playing football, but these girls now think beyond about the sport. For instance, there's a captain who was my captain 2016. When she retired, now she's an athletic director at International School, Christine Wanyana. Jean Seninde, she started as my player, and then she joined she told me to do what I'm doing through mentorship. She's now CEO of Sekafa, the region. She started with growing the game for girls, but again she came up with her own program. Now she's a prominent footballer.
And while medals and trophies may define success on the field of play, the true legacy of sport is perhaps best measured in the lives it transforms and the opportunities it creates. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBS TV.
Thank you so much for watching the UBC Weekly Weekend Edition. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha from the team, and I have a good afternoon.
UBC Inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose